Well, here's a Christmas gift you might want to buy your favorite traveler, a carry-on suitcase, because everyone's heard this one. Airlines often lose luggage. But is it a fact? Jim Avila gets the inside story.
Before your luggage can fly, it takes an even more mysterious journey through the baggage tunnels, conveyor belts, screeners, and human hands deep inside the airport. Looks a lot like the cartoon Toy Story 2.
Listen, Flyboy, the contents of that case are worth more than you make in a year.
Passengers almost as frightened about their bags trip as they are their own.
The Mystic Portal.
Will it arrive? Will it be damaged? Will it be ransacked? We're going to show you the airport innards. The airlines say the legion of lost bag stories is a travel myth and point to some impressive statistics. Of the 4.5 billion pieces of luggage they handle each year, 99% get where they're supposed to. But do the math. That's millions of bags that get lost. Take a look at the wild ride your bag is taking. First stop, the government inspection at a TSA X-ray machine. If your bag is carrying something suspicious looking, it's yanked from the belt and hand checked, opened by government inspectors. But multiple cameras are watching them.
We can track each bag, and we know specifically which officer opened that bag.
From there, it's over to the airline luggage handlers, responsible for quickly loading bags on the right plane. This is where the trouble often begins. Bags can get routed to the wrong place, left behind, or in rare cases, like this one in Houston, they get pilfered and the contents thrown out. Piles of passenger belongings and luggage in a dumpster, to be found by this guy.
Didn't really know what to think. I didn't know whether maybe they had a disgruntled employee that quit the airport and decided, hey, I'm taking everyone's bags and getting rid of them.
Whatever the motive, a gang of errant baggage handlers pled guilty to stealing more than 170 suitcases. In Phoenix, surveillance cameras reveal another theft scheme, this one deep in the plane's cargo hold. Airline luggage handlers rummaging through bags, loading the valuables into their own pockets. And even if your bags make it to your destination, there is one more spot where they become vulnerable: the carousel. This surveillance tape captures the man in the yellow shirt taking 2 bags into a men's room. Police say he ransacked them there and can be seen leaving with just one. Even so, the airlines say theft is not the biggest problem. Mistakes are.
The most common problem that we see would be the transfer of bags between one aircraft and another.
Catherine Mayer is Vice President of Airport Services SITA, a company that tracks baggage for airlines. She says the airlines lose only about 1% of the bags they handle, and even then aggressively search lost luggage for clues about where to find the owner.
This is his number and this is his last name.
But if they can't find you within 90 days, it's over. Your bag and its contents are sold here, the Unclaimed Baggage Center in Scottsboro, Alabama. When ABC shot there a few years ago, it was a madhouse of bargains. 7,000 new, lost items unpacked for sale every day.
I see a saddle over there. It looks pretty interesting. How could you leave a saddle?
We wanted to see how hard the airlines actually looked for the owners of this cool stuff, now for sale.
So we went shopping, and look what we found. Lots of luggage and personal items, much of it with identification right on the inside. Take this Bible, for instance. It belongs to Fred McMurtry. He lives in Fort Lauderdale, and it took about 20 minutes for our research department to find him. And then there's this rare mink hat. On the inside, the name and phone number of the owner. He was overjoyed when we called him and told him we'd found his hat. He says it's worth $1,500 and has personal religious significance.
We brought one owner to New York to identify his hard-to-miss company property.
Does that look like what you're missing?
Yep.
It didn't take us that long to find you. You know, your phone number's right on there.
That's the number right there. Goes right to me.
There are 2 stickers.
1, 2, and then there's a third one down here on this side.
And nobody called you to say it's here?
Nope, not a one.
Mike Isaacson's Washington State company rented the chair to a disabled client. When it did not arrive, the client filed multiple claims with the airline to no avail.
And it ends up in Alabama. How bizarre is that?
That's crazy. Couldn't believe it.
Mike took his wheelchair home and even thought about taking it on the plane as a carry-on, as most veteran flyers suggest. Never check a bag if you can help it. But with all the new security, carrying on isn't as easy as it used to be. and still not totally safe. Watch this. Surveillance cameras catch this flight attendant slipping a passenger's wedding ring right out of the bin. And then there is this TSA agent staffing the security lines in Portland, Oregon. She recently pled guilty to possession of a controlled substance, taking painkiller drugs from passenger bags. The TSA says their incidents of damage and loss have declined, and only 275 agents like her have lost their jobs due to theft.
We've employed over 100,000 officers. During that time, less than 3/1000ths of 1% of officers have ever been accused of theft.
So, are those horror stories of lost luggage just another travel myth? Well, the overall rate of mishandled baggage, those lost, stolen, or sent to the wrong spot, has almost doubled in the last 5 years, making the wise traveler think twice about what is packed before your bag is sent down that mystical portal.
And